Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and something a little bit different here today. And oddly enough, it's one of them videos where I think a lot of people seem to be doing them at the moment, but I thought I'd chime in with my own version and something a little bit different. But in today's episode, or video should I say, we're going to basically have a look at what a 2018 car in Formula 1 with the halo would look like, more specifically the Ferrari from last season. However, I'm going to be driving it around the Paul Ricard circuit, which is going to be the one that they'll be driving it for this year for the French Grand Prix. So almost a bit of a preview of something that you won't be able to see in real life until the actual Grand Prix rolls around, I think around June time. So something a little bit different for this episode. But before we jump into it, guys, I do want to say that in other news on the channel, the Pitlane podcast Season 3 launched yesterday, and it's a very big, exciting project for Season 3. It's something that we've put a lot of effort into behind the scenes to try and improve, and I definitely urge you guys to go check it out. And the first one went up yesterday on Arav's channel, which I'll leave a link to down below in the description. Also, the podcast is now on iTunes and SoundCloud, so loads of options for you guys to listen on the go. And overall, just trying to push the podcast more and more and try and get it more improved than it was last season, and constantly just try to make that project better. So I do urge you guys to go check that one out. Also, I'll leave a link, and so basically you guys can go download this mod if you want to go get it along with the track. And nonetheless, we're going to start rambling on now, and we are going to jump into the actual video itself. Now, I was driving around Paul Ricard in this 2018 spec Ferrari, and I've got to say, the track itself, when it got announced it was going to come back onto the calendar, I was mixed with it, because I really didn't know what to think of the circuit, because it's a good circuit to drive by yourself, but I wouldn't say it's specifically designed for F1, because the grandstands are so far away from the track, and the track itself is not really designed for, in my opinion, a lot of overtaking. But nonetheless, that aside, we are going to focus on the halo more than anything in this video. And as you can see here, I've got to be very honest, I am firmly against the halo. Let's make that very clear. I'm not a fan of it one bit. I consider myself a bit more of an older sort of generation F1 fan who prefers the loud cars, no halo, all that sort of thing. But I've got to say, I drove about 25 laps of this, and at first it felt incredibly weird with the halo on, but it got to a point where I was getting so focused and really trying to constantly improve my lap time that I actually I just got used to it very quickly. I've got to be honest. The viewing and what it does for your sight in terms of obviously obstructing your view, it's not as bad as people may think. I've got to be really honest here, and I was very impressed at how easily I was able to seamlessly adjust to the halo being in front of me and driving without it. I think there's a bigger question here in terms of, obviously, you know, for us F1 content creators this year, me and Av have spoken about this specifically, and we've always wondered, maybe this year, could this be the year where maybe people make videos in cockpit view, because that's something that I would be totally for. I don't mind doing cockpit view, as I've shown recently, so that'd be something to keep an eye on. And would the halo ruin the video experience from TCAM view? But either way, this was my best lap around the Paul Ricard circuit. I did later, after recording, go on to improve by about 0.3, but I did a lot more laps after that. But overall, a solid 25 to 30 laps under my belt around this circuit, and I've got to say, I was really, like I said, impressed. I really thought the halo would be worse and take away from the vision and the experience of it, but it really didn't. Also, this is a track that I did not know before this session. I did 25 laps. I got to know the track very quickly. I think I'd driven it like once before on R Factor, but I picked up the track very quickly. I learned the layout off by heart, and it's pretty simple, to be fair. And combine that with the halo, with the obstructed viewing, it didn't really take me that long to get going, to be honest. And like I said, I did my best lap about 25 laps in. So overall, very impressed. And don't get me wrong, the halo looks horrible, but in terms of myself as a content creator, to drive with that, because I know you guys obviously are not going to like watching it, but also a lot of us who are YouTubers are going to have to actually get used to driving with this halo. So for me, it was an experiment in itself, and I've got to say, I was quite impressed. Like I said, the viewing is really, it's fine. It really, if you're driving in cockpit view, I think that's obviously going to help compared to TCAM, because in TCAM it seems to be ruined in my opinion. But in cockpit, it could be a brand new experience for us, you know, as content creators. And I'm definitely not as disappointed as I was at first. I definitely think there's something in this. And if you guys have a Assetto Corsa, and you have a spare money lying around this mod, you do have to pay for the actual Ferrari mod. It's a 70th anniversary one. The Halo in itself is a free mod. I think you can find. I'll try and leave a link in the description down below if I can find it. But overall, just to sort of summarize, if you guys can afford the mod, which is I think is about €8, then I urge you to go try it out. The car itself is really fun to drive. It comes with a bunch of other cars from the Retro F1. So I was driving this car and the 2004 Ferrari from Michael Schumacher, and I've got to say they're both brilliant cars to drive. I really enjoyed this one, and overall I just had a great experience and a great time driving with this car. And I put the Halo mod on, and it's a good chance for you guys if you have Assetto Corsa to basically see what this year has in store, and also just maybe change your opinion or actually solidify or strengthen your opinion, because there's a lot of them going around at the minute, and obviously you wonder what exactly does the Halo have in store for us. But overall, not a major long video here today, guys. I've got this one on Wednesday. I think this should go out on Wednesday, and then I have career mode out on Friday, hopefully, because I've got a few exams, but I reckon I can get career mode out on Friday for the weekend for you guys. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this sort of different video here today. I'm going to do more of these, and I might even do a series of Arrows down the line. I'll keep you posted on that one, but there definitely will be more of these videos, so let me know in the comments down below what you want to see in terms of maybe tracks and also challenges and all that sort of good stuff in the comments down below. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, then please do slap a like on the video. Let's see if we can try and smash 200 likes for this video. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here for plenty more F1 content in the coming year, and especially once I finish exams in about 2 weeks time. And also, please be sure to check out these videos on screen, and finally do check out GT Omega in the link down below as a channel sponsor. Use the code Tom87 for 5% off at checkout. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.